the Dasara holidays, I have to go before a judicial magistrate first class. I must say, I, Arvind Datar, etc., make a declaration that in the event of my, sorry,
Don't use
I XYZ, sorry. My apologies. I XYZ, in the event of my coming to a situation where I have to be put on life support system. The Lordship is right. We are all relatives who say, please don't do all this. I would like to go peacefully. I don't want too many surgeries, etc.
Old people who are our elders and their blessing should continue forever for us. Sometimes in some families become unwanted. Doctors say that a day or two on ventilation will survive the person. But the ventilation charges are very high. And there was a fight amongst brothers who will share them.
504. So this is a matter which was first filed in 2005 as a writ petition. And this is what was popularly called living will or
euthanasia.
Not euthanasia. Euthanasia is assisted dying.
That's right.
So this is an advanced directive. This is not euthanasia. Euthanasia was that Shanbag, Anuradha Shanbag, where she was lying comatose for 28 years and finally in one.
From the assisted died.
No, this is not as. But I'll explain what it's an interesting point. But all of us have to ultimately meet our maker. Now, to give an example using the singular pronoun, I can today. This is a matter regarding advanced directive or what is called living will. But before Lordship sees that, I'll just give a broad outline of what this is. Today, I can make a declaration stating that if I happen to be in a coma or if I'm not in a chance of recovery or I'm brain dead, etc., then please don't have any intervention, no life support system. I'd like to die with dignity rather than suffer the eating of so many things. Also, the family is put to the avoiding embarrassment of spending huge amounts, etc. So I do it. So this is a concept accepted in different parts of the country. So finally, we placed this matter before the court. And what happened was the court issued directions, which ultimately turned out to be unworkable because after the directions, we spoke to a number of doctors. Now, basically, what the Constitution Bench has said is this. Suppose tomorrow I sign an advance directive. So today, let's say on the Dasara holidays, I have to go before a judicial magistrate first class. I must say, I, Arvind Datar, etc., make a declaration that in the event of my, sorry,
Don't use
I XYZ, sorry. My apologies. I XYZ make a declaration. I have to make it before the judicial magistrate first class that don't have any life support system. Now the XYZ's time ultimately comes maybe 10 years later, 11 years later. That time, what the court says is, suppose he's admitted, let's say, in Apollo Hospital, Chennai. Then a team of doctors in Apollo Hospital must certify that there is no hope of recovery. This person is brain dead or he's not able to live. That's first stage one. Now, then the matter is referred to the collector. Then the collector has to constitute another board of independent doctors who will take a second opinion. After the second opinion, it has to again go to a judicial magistrate first class who has to personally come to the hospital where Mr. XYZ is and certify that it can be withdrawn. But we took these directions. I personally discussed the matter with 2-3 leading doctors from Chennai, and I also spoke to 2 doctors from Bombay. They said this is unworkable. You can't have a system. Suppose a person, let's say he's in Apollo Hospital. He's an 85-year-old man. He has signed a living will that his life support system should be taken away. Now you can't expect Apollo to constitute a committee. They can. But then that matter has to refer to the collector of Chennai. The collector of Chennai then constitutes this independent medical board. That medical board has a second opinion. That is then again taken to the judicial magistrate. He must come to Apollo Hospital, see Mr. XYZ and say he's now life support can be withdrawn. So what we have done is each of the directions issued by the Honorable Supreme Court on the basis of discussion with doctors, we have suggested how it should be amended. That's the thing. But in fact, what happened was the court said that.
So who are the respondents in your case?
Union of India.
Only.
But they filed a counter saying that these suggestions are not suitable.
Right.
I thought that they.
Next of kin has that choice. unfortunate choice.
Very difficult choice.
Very difficult.
Very difficult choice.
It's available with the next of kin. And any person can refuse treatment as of now, as the law stands now.
But this basically
If
what
somebody is very unwell and he chooses not to go to hospital or to any doctor, no one can compel him or her to go. That is the law. What stands now.
there's no that's a
You are
practice.
talking about a situation where he is under treatment, but medically there is no possibility of his going back to normal life
But
or going back to life,
one suggestion. He is in a state where he's incapable of taking a decision.
incapable of taking
Yeah.
a decision.
Not rather,
Right now, the
taken
family members take.
Yes.
So you want him to take that decision in advance.
So XYZ today says, so let's say XYZ is let's say 70 years old. Now he's going to make a will. He's going to make a will bequeathing his property. He also makes a declaration there that in the event of my coming to a situation where I have to be put on life support system, the Lordship is right. We have all relatives who say, please don't do all this. I would like to go peacefully. I don't want too many surgeries, etc. So I can make a statement before the judicial magistrate first class that we are willing to accept. If they want a safeguard, we can have it. But this multiple committees of doctors, reference to collector.
One committee can't be a one committee.
One committee,
The doctors examine it, then the magistrate and all.
The collector.
Can't one committee at the one go take a decision? And if suppose he is not capable in taking it, so can't be the first kin to that person.
But
is he a man?
Lordship suggestion excellent.
I'm not-
One committee of doctors plus the kin can also.
Consolidated. Yes, one committee.
No, this is, I have
But
not
you
seen
can't keep the line pending for long because you don't know at what point of time he might collapse. So he has to take a decision at the first go. One committee.
the earliest.
The earliest. One committee constituting all magistrates, independence of the committee, and the government also keep a check over it. And the first kin to that person.
Son,
Let's
daughter,
take
whatever,
one.
yeah.
One kin, whatever. The magistrate takes a decision. And we-
Lord, Tushar, I have not Lord, had the benefit of going through the affidavit, but forget the affidavit. This is a human problem, my Lord. And Lord, people do face such problem, and we also know, my Lord, all of us, many people who would say that if I meet this kind of a fate where I am almost going, don't insert things in my body, etc., etc. So, my Lord, this needs examination. The only concern, my Lord, which is again my concern, I have not discussed with the government, but the concern was, my Lord, even during euthanasia, etc., that in our society there are circumstances where old people who are our elders and their blessing should continue forever for us. Sometimes in some families become unwanted, and this may not be misused by the family member. So there has to be some cushion, my Lord, so that whatever he says is true. As a matter of fact, my Lord, I know of a very senior, eminent lawyer, my Lord, eminent advocate in Gujarat. He was detected with cancer. He said, I don't wish to be treated. We were like children to him. His contemporaries also went. We also went to persuade him. And his answer was, now it's his call. I don't want him to tell me that you have to be dragged. I want to tell him that I came gracefully the moment you called. I don't want to trouble my family. I don't want to trouble this body because with treatment, maybe I live 3-4 years more, but I don't want to be dragged. So there are several reasons for it. A person would not like to subject himself to such agony and subject the family to agony. So I can sit with the government and there's some way can be found. This
Also,
cannot.
essentially domain of legislature,
Correct.
possibly.
No, this is like a 142 Vishaka situation till the government makes a situation.
Till the legislation falls.
No, when I spoke to doctors in Bombay and Madras also, many families can be financially ruined because the person is in coma, ICU endlessly, nobody is taking a decision, then what happens?
But that family can take the decision.
My
That
Lord,
point of
my
time.
Lord, the difficulty
When
harsh.
to pull out,
Under
when to pull out the
the ventilator.
ventilator, that rests.
No, this guideline doesn't say
My
so.
Lord, the harsh reality I can tell your lordships. And again, my Lord, leaving the brief aside, as a human problem, I'm saying this. But I have seen cases where the doctors say that a day or two on ventilation will survive the person. But the ventilation charges are very high. And there was, my Lord, a fight amongst brothers who will share them. And it was decided that better not to put him on a ventilator. And some of our my lord, friends and group, my lord, we collected the money and the man survived. My lord, leaving it to the next of the kin might be counterproductive also. There has to be, my lord, some way out so that this is not misused. And the wish of the person not to be subjected to any undignified way of forced survival is, my lord, respect.
Both survival and also forced departure.
Yes. Yeah, both will have to be balanced.
Yes.